going to hunt you down. He's going to find out what's going on. And that's good. That's good for everybody. That's how you should be looking at this. Like, wow, we have a brilliant mind that is examining these really corrupt and goofy systems and bringing in a bunch of psychopaths.
I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways. Because, people put the leg out to trip you going down the stairs.
He's going to hunt you down. He's going to find out what's going on. And that's good. That's good for everybody. That's how you should be looking at this. Like, wow, we have a brilliant mind that is examining these really corrupt and goofy systems and bringing in a bunch of psychopaths. Just when you thought the chaos couldn't go any deeper, boom, the whole situation explodes like a firecracker on live TV. Joe Rogan didn't just respond to Whoopi Goldberg's. He unleashed no filter, no sugarcoating. And absolutely no patience for what he called pure delusion. He went off. Why? Because Whoopi didn't just stir the pot on The View this time. She straight up tossed it into the fire. Her comments weren't just snarky or sassy. They were something else entirely. She made a jaw-dropping claim that had even Hollywood insiders looking around like, wait, did she just say that on national TV in front of millions? Whoopi boldly accused Elon Musk of using his fortune to secretly manipulate U.S. government policies, not behind-the-scenes whispers, not alleged rumors. She flat-out said it on air, no documents, no sources, no receipts, just vibes. And she said it like she was casually spilling tea at brunch. I've been saying it for a while. Yes, you have. I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do. Well, you've been called vice president. I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever, I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD. You're right, he's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump. So you think it's Musk, Vance possible. Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways because people put the leg out to trip down the stairs. People watching were stunned. Social media caught fire. Comment sections lit up like Christmas. Even political analysts were out here scratching their heads, wondering where did that come from. And Elon, he was not having it. He didn't tweet, he didn't post, he lawyered up fast. Within days, Whoopi was slammed with a brutal defamation lawsuit. No chill, no warning, just straight up legal smoke. Paper served. Game on. This wasn't gossip anymore, this was a battle. But just when you thought it couldn't spiral any further, things got wild. When Whoopi stepped into that courtroom, it was game over. She broke down completely, tears flowing, hands shaking, full-on public meltdown. She apologized like her career depended on it now, because let's be real, it kind of did. She begged the judge for mercy, admitting she crossed the line. But Joe Rogan, oh no, he wasn't buying any of it. He jumped back on his podcast and torched her apology. She knew exactly what she was doing, he said. You don't get to accuse someone of political manipulation on national television and then cry in court like it was a silly slip-up. Boom, that statement hit harder than anything she said on The View. Fans went crazy. The internet exploded. Rogan didn't just clap back, he shut it all down. And honestly, that might have been the final nail in the coffin for Whoopi's media run. Her image was already hanging by a thread, and now even her usual supporters are quietly backing away. It's bad when the same folks who'd ride for her no matter what suddenly go ghost. All of this chaos started with one cocky moment on live TV, one look into the camera, and one off-the-rails accusation. In the middle of a heated View segment, Whoopi casually dropped a bomb. She said Elon Musk and Senator J. Dance were plotting some big political move. You're not really making the world a better place. You're just allowing these financial institutions to enact control over corporations, and it's a really shifty, weird way they're doing it, by making it seem like they're trying to make the world a better, more equal place. He's not just tweeting anymore, she said. He's moving pieces behind the scenes. And then boom, she took it up a notch mid-discussion with the calmest voice ever. She added, if Donald Trump were somehow removed from office, that's the bomb. Like what? She just threw that out there like it was some open secret. No source, no article, no backup at all. She didn't cite a whistleblower. She didn't flash a leaked document. Nothing, just bold words dropped like grenades. The timing reckless, the delivery stone cold, the fallout instant and brutal. This wasn't some spicy TV hot take. It was a massive allegation flung straight into millions of homes with zero proof to back it up. She didn't even bother throwing in a soft allegedly or a slick According to reports, nope, Whoopi dropped that bomb like it was cold hard fact, no hesitation, no caution, just straight up bold statements like she was reading gospel, and that is exactly where she fumbled the whole bag. Elon Musk, oh, he wasn't about to let that slide like some goofy celebrity gossip, not a chance. Within days of that episode airing, his legal team was already locked and loaded, papers drafted, signed, and flying. Elon filed a lawsuit, accusing Whoopi of knowingly spreading false and damaging claims, and this wasn't just about hurt feelings. His lawyers said her wild statements wrecked Tesla stock and sabotaged high-stakes business deal, one of those deals reportedly worth over $100 million gone, vanished, just like that, all because of one careless, unfiltered moment on live TV. That's not a slip-up, that's a straight-up financial disaster, and Elon, he's not suing for clout or some polite wrist slap, nah, he's bringing the heat. He's demanding a massive payout to cover all the alleged losses. We're talking real money. On top of that, he wants a full public apology, not some half-hearted note ghostwritten by a PR intern and buried in the third paragraph of a press release. But wait, it gets better. He's also demanding a televised retraction just as loud and just as public as the moment she went off a live broadcast, where Whoopi has to own up front and center. Meanwhile, Whoopi strolled into court like it was just another episode of The View, cool, collected, maybe even thinking she could charm her way through the chaos with a wink and a smile. But charm won't cut it this time, not with $100 million on the line. But when the judge started laying out the full weight of the charges, reality hit hard. There were no cameras to save her, no commercial break to cut the tension. That courtroom went ice cold, and that's when it all collapsed for Whoopi. Full breakdown, tears pouring, her voice cracking, stuttering out apologies like she was scrambling for a lifeline. You know, when you're a certain age, you use words that you know from when you were a kid or you remember saying, and that's what I did today. And I should have thought about it a little longer before I said it, but I didn't. I'm really, really sorry. At one point through the sobs, she told the judge, I never meant for it to go this far, but by then it was way too late. The damage was done. And then enter Joe Rogan on a fresh episode of The Joe Rogan Experience. He came in swinging, no warm-up, no filter, just raw Rogan energy. He didn't tiptoe around it. He went in straight to the core of the drama, and he called it exactly how he saw it. She knew what she was doing. Joe said flat out, you don't sit on one of the biggest platforms in America, accuse one of the most powerful men in tech of shady government schemes, and then act shocked when it backfires. That's not how this game works. He didn't stop there. He straight up called her emotional courtroom moment a performance. Too little, too late, he said, and honestly, a lot of people were nodding loud after that episode dropped. Social media went into overdrive. People clipped it, posted it, memed it, shared it like wildfire. TikTok flooded, Twitter popping, YouTube ? Already monetized. Some users even said Rogan just said what everybody else was too scared to say out loud. He didn't just speak his mind, he hit a nerve. The whole internet was already feeling Joe Rogan's main point hit like a gut punch. If you're going to toss out bold, dangerous claims on national TV, especially the kind that can crash stock markets, mess with public trust, or wreck real people's livelihoods, you better come with receipts, solid proof, cold facts, something. But Whoopi, she came empty-handed, and now she's drowning in a full-blown legal disaster. And this ain't just another celebrity clash. Rogan made it crystal clear this moment marks a shift. A reality check for daytime TV hosts who've been running wild with their opinions, thinking they're untouchable. Now the consequences are showing up fast and furious. At one point, Whoopi even threw out a wild comment saying Elon Musk could throw every Republican in jail. That line, it sent the whole conversation off the rails. Twitter went nuts. Analysts lost their minds. And Joe, he ripped into it. He dragged the statement as flat out reckless, calling it a prime example of how out of touch some of these media giants really are. No nuance, no logic, just vibes and hot takes. But Joe didn't stop at the surface. He dug deep, and what he pulled up had people's jaws on the floor. He brought out real receipts from Whoopi's past, the kind of stuff no one expected. He reminded the world that Whoopi wasn't always the anti-Trump warrior we see today. Nope, there was a time she laughed at Trump's jokes, praised some of his business wins, and even smiled her way through his apprentice era. That's right, Rogan called out the switch up. He exposed how she once welcomed the same man she now tears apart on air, and with that he made one thing painfully clear: the internet never forgets. Now she's calling it a threat. Those old clips showing her grinning next to Trump, acting all friendly and chill, but once it became politically convenient to switch sides, she flipped that script faster than a DJ at a block party. And Joe Rogan, he wasn't letting that slide. Stoppler by any means necessary. Wouldn't you stop? And so they equate Donald Trump with and go, here you go, this is our modern Do you see what Whoopi Goldberg said? What you say, Whoopi?